There we go. Sorry about that. A little late. StreamYard decided to die the second the show was supposed to start. But yeah, before we really get into the show, I did want to say to those of you who do not like AI, I do apologize, but my intro is AI, and that is this. Anywho, let's go ahead and get into things. Yeah, this is the first episode of Morning Talk. Talk about politics. Morning Talk, whatever it's called. Did want to go ahead and start off with something that Pinky had mentioned in the comments last night, which is the Venezuelan silver. That's a whole scandal on its own involving Venezuela. Hold on, let me adjust this music. It is way too loud. All right. In under, people say under 24 hours. It's under 12 hours after the U.S. basically invaded Venezuela. They had already set up a plan with J.P. Morgan to open an $8 billion silver smelting factory because we seized all of Venezuela's precious metals. Because in order for this plan to have gone off that quick, this had to already be signed into plan days before the operation. So everything here was planned, and that gets me into the main topic I want to talk about, which was the whole Venezuela everything. Yeah, they took silver, they took gold, they took everything from them. This whole operation of kidnapping their president, this was all a plan. One, it was in Project 2025. Two, it was probably most likely, all signs point to, this was a deal involving Maduro. Like, he made a deal on himself, which is pretty shady. But even People Magazine is pointing this out in the most polite way they can. Give me 1 second. My computer is playing games with me right now. All right. Oh, that's the last story I want to talk about. He was very polite to everyone. He was seen celebrating. Like, after the deal was announced with the oil companies and Trump, like Trump's administration, dude was seen dancing. Dude was super polite to everybody who captured him. There's most likely a deal that happened here where Maduro turned himself in, let Trump get his credit, because that's what Trump wants. Trump wanted his credit to look like, oh, I'm the big tough guy. Even though he's a piece of shit and he's weak as hell. And for us to be able to get his stuff, and Maduro is probably going to go off to some place like Russia. He's going to go off somewhere and live in peace with money. I mean, the whole way we handled the Maduro thing was shitty. It made it look like we kidnapped him. We killed innocent people in Venezuela and got some of our soldiers hurt for show. And that's what's disgusting. And Maduro's a piece of shit, as it is. Like, people who aren't calling out the fact that he's a piece of shit and that he is, like, wanted by the International Crimes Court because of all his stuff actually involving drugs, involving weapons, and all the stuff he did to human life. Like, he's not a good guy in any way. And I think people need to make that more clear when they talk about this. But yeah, the people who died, many people have died, and nobody's talking about it. Like, the press isn't. The only thing I've seen is that, oh, we had some soldiers fly to Houston for treatment. And that was it. But no, a lot of people died for this operation, which went off bigly. It was the best operation we've seen since World War II, which all I could imagine he's saying by that in his press briefing was, we haven't seen anybody invade another country since Hitler did it. So that's the only way that came off. Because that's Trump. Way to be the most disgusting person in the room. But yeah, so this was most likely a deal made between the Trump administration and Maduro and had been in the works since the writing of Project 2022. Or 2025, sorry. It's sad. It's sad. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't give us a right to take him or their resources. The resources part, it would be the side of Maduro making his deal. That he let us take their oil. He's letting us take all their stuff and fuck over the people of Venezuela, which is shitty. And we already know Trump's the tariff king. He's going to put tariffs on Venezuelan oil, which the people who live in Venezuela are probably going to have to pay that as well. It's going to fuck them over the same way his tariffs have fucked over the United States. Everything he's going to do is destroy the people there. The people are not safe with our soldiers. With our soldiers on the ground, they are not safe whatsoever. We've seen what happened in with Operation Iraqi Liberation, which was also for resources. I mean, we've had people coming out and saying that, oh yeah, we're coming for more resources. We're coming for Greenland because they have resources. We're coming for Mexico because they have resources. And it's vile. It is absolutely vile. But this is the president for peace. Remember that. He deserves his Nobel Peace Prize. Vile fucking shit. And their whole... What makes it funny to me is one of our main excuses is, well, we don't see him as being an actual president of Venezuela. So we're allowed to go ahead and take him. And it's like, at that point, most people in America don't see Trump as the actual president because he's a piece of shit. And there's too many questions with the election. So does that mean we can just take him out of the office? Because that's what they're arguing is allowed to happen. If you don't view someone as the real president, you just take him right out. So I really want to see someone argue that against them in court. Because we already know the Trump administration is full of idiots. There's not a single person there who has more than like half a brain cell. So it'd be beautiful to see someone argue that against them in court. They would be absolutely stunned. And they would start having to go against what they just said, which would then prove that the way we did this operation is completely illegal. I mean, it was, even though there was a deal made, the way we did it, that was a crime of aggression, which crime is in its name. We did not do this a legal way. There were ways to do this that didn't involve us going there and killing people for no reason, but to show off. Yeah, and they're saying it's because he's a drug trafficker and a weapons dealer. He was sending weapons over to the U.S. It's like, dude, the U.S. sends more weapons to other countries than anywhere else. That's what we're kind of known for. We send more drugs to places. We started off most of these drug issues in other countries. We're currently sending more pharmaceuticals to places that are killing more people than whatever drugs the Trump administration wants to say is happening with other countries. Our pharmaceuticals, U.S. pharmaceuticals, are killing more people than fentanyl. That's just a hard fact. It's sad. It's sad and disgusting. And yeah, the people there in Venezuela aren't going to get new jobs. It's not going to happen. They're not going to get any of these jobs. We already had, and plus Chevron came out because they've been there for many years working on the whole oil reserves of Venezuela. Oh, we're so excited to work with President Trump's administration. It's scummy. It is absolutely scummy. Nothing about this invasion. I mean, that's what's sad is it's not even a true invasion. It was just we were given it to fuck over the people. Because Maduro did not care about the people. He cared about the position, the power, and money. And that was it. That's the same thing our president cares about. The position, the power, and money. And we need to stop people like this from ever taking office in any country, in any position of power. They are complete and utter scumbags, and they will fuck over their people at the first chance they have. Yeah. All hell's going to break loose. That's 100% sure. 100% sure. But there's people who still don't believe that Trump has destroyed the U.S. economy, which is absolutely shocking. Doesn't make any sense. People believe that how his administration had, I believe it was early last month, put out their job records, and it said that we're at like an all-time high for everything. We have like the best GDP, blah, 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 like just nonstop lies. Well, one of the things that he ran on was he was going to make manufacturing jobs come back to the U.S. Here's a lovely little chart of manufacturing employees in the U.S. And so it started to rise. It did at first, which everybody knows the first month a person's in office, that is all the previous president. So it had a little bit of a climb, and then it just plummeted. We lost so many manufacturing jobs in the U.S. We lost, oh God, I don't even know how many private sector jobs, thanks to cuts made by Musk and Doge when he was part of the government, and just made by Project 2022 and all their constant firings and having to get rid of people who are watchdogs because they're going to report the illegal crimes that this administration is doing, so we can't have that. We've lost billions of jobs. There are people who are not, like most places are not hiring. We still have that issue where if you're trying to find another job, you will see stuff on job boards like, hey, we're paying this, and it sounds good. You put in your application and nobody ever gets called on it because they're not real jobs. That's the only jobs we have posted right now are fake jobs. Yeah, food prices are going up. Energy prices. Like and where I live, everybody's been saying for the past 2 months, beginning of the year, you're going to have electricity go up. You're going to have gas go up. And it happened. We have insurance rates going up. Everything has gone up under this president. But yeah, he's fixing it. And he claims we have the strongest economy since ever. It's the biggest we've ever seen. And yeah, it got better for billionaires. The rich have made money. The stock market people have made money. The people who rigged the stock market have made money. And that is it. Everybody else is struggling. And it is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But yet he's fixing all these issues that happened under Biden, which is just not true. Yeah, Biden wasn't the best of the economy, but it was better under Biden than it is under Trump. And that's sad. That is sad. Yeah, public sector losses, private sector gains. That's what it all comes down to. The private sector did well. And that's what they talk about. Because as long as OpenAI guys are doing fine, it's all that matters. As long as the oil people are doing fine, it's all that matters. The people who make these people money, they don't matter. Because these people don't, one, Republicans do not know how to run a government. They do not in any way know how to run the government. Their only thing they ever push is tax cuts for the rich. And that's where it bottoms out. That is all they know how to do. After that, everything they do destroys the country, destroys the economy. Because the people don't matter. They do not care about you. Anything they say is them proving they do not care about you. They talk a big game like, oh yeah, we support the troops. But the second they're no longer a troop, fuck you, you don't deserve health care. You don't deserve any sort of help. Because they do not actually support the troops. They just want the troops there to go kill people for them, and that is it. They want death. Yeah, and the data centers that will hire a whole 3 people to be janitors. Yeah, these data centers are going to bring in tons of jobs. No, they're not. They're not at all. One, you have to have a special type of training, which most people do not have. It's disgusting. Like, yeah, we could all go into IT work right now and try to get a job there. But we have to go to school for IT, which takes a while, takes money that we don't have. But yeah, this was the best part of this article right here, which, let me zoom in. Where'd it go? Trump has already run up a 1.8 trillion deficit just in 2025. Economy's doing great, but we have a deficit. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, those two things go hand in hand. Money good, so we don't have any. But yet we're making all this money off the tariffs. Don't forget that. The tariffs, this money is going to go back to the people, right? It's going to go back to the people the same way that Trump stole money from soldiers and then gave it back to them in a taxable form. So if we get money from Trump, this check that he keeps saying that, oh yeah, we're thinking about sending this out, which can't happen, because if that does, this deficit will like quadruple. It'll be so much money, the government would be completely bankrupt. Money doesn't exist. It's our money that we paid in extra tax called tariffs. It just screwed us over, and now the money doesn't exist because that money had to be used to cover up the fact that we gave billionaires and companies tax cuts. So the money doesn't exist anymore. I don't even think the tariffs added up to the same total of the tax breaks. There's no way it could. It could either cover maybe part of the billionaires or part of the companies, but not both, and not completely. The money's just not there. So yeah, he's effectively screwed us. His administration's putting out fake numbers because the numbers for jobs, they didn't have people working those divisions, so they just quickly made up some shit. And people bought it. Like, oh yeah, look, we're not doing bad with jobs. We went up like 20,000 or some stupid number they put out. And it's just not true. Those jobs don't exist. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The U.S. doesn't want immigrants, so now they want to run Venezuela. Yep. Yeah, and how many millions were spent for the Venezuela operation? That's something they didn't want to admit because Trump had just said in his press briefing, oh, yeah, no taxpayer money is going to go towards any of the Venezuela stuff. It's like it already did, though. It already did. To your bullshit operation, probably the extra money you paid for these oil companies to have your back, you paid money. All the fuel it took to get over there. Jet fuel is not the most, isn't the cheapest thing on earth. We got to pay for that. I mean, he's trying to pay for the big warships again because he wants big battleships because he watched the movie Battleships and was like, well, that's cool. We need those. Yep. That's all costing money. Everything he does costs us tons of money. And even though he wants to deny it, our tax money is going to pay for the refitting of his gifted jet. Because none of his money's going towards it. That's for damn sure. Yeah. Yeah, the people who are getting played even harder are the ones that voted for him thinking he was a smart guy. Well, thinking he's smart and would do something good for the country. That's the joke. We're just getting the people who did not support him because they understood he's a piece of shit. We're just getting fisted. Outright fisted by a minority of people who are dumb. And if you've voted for him and you now see the light, like, hey, that was a bad idea, welcome to the party. I'm glad you saw the light. But if you still fully support him, you're dumb. Like, there's no way around that. You are dumb. You don't understand things. But yeah, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Everything about this administration, everything they've done, invading Venezuela, the big deal, the big silver deal, stealing people's stuff. I mean, the money for all this, that $8 billion, or the $1 trillion of precious metals, should go to the people of Venezuela to help them rebuild their country. That'd probably be the best idea. Make up for the fact that we went over there and just shot people for no fucking reason. That we've been bombing their people who are on fishing boats. Because, oh, they're drug smugglers. They're not. They were fishing. But human life of the not rich doesn't matter to our administration whatsoever. If you're watching this and you're not a billionaire, your life does not matter to this administration. That's just fact. And yeah, the market crash. It looks like it might happen at this point, but everything keeps changing because this deal, unfortunately, will make a lot of money for the oil companies, and the oil companies have stocks. The silver and gold actually skyrocketed because we're taking the silver and gold from Venezuela. So, stock market wise, things are going to look decent for a little bit. And then it's going to hard crash. But yeah, it's vile. Oh, acting like we're saving people, the same people we've been getting with ICE. Yeah. Yeah, ICE is a whole nother issue. The amount of money we put into ICE is absurd. None of these people are trained. You can watch any video where ICE agents are confronting someone who has any sort of recording device. These people are untrained. They're incompetent. They're dumb. They're dumb as bricks. They'll quote some random lines like, oh, yeah, you know, because of this statute, I could arrest you right now. No, you all say different statutes. One guy said Statute 111. That wasn't a thing. Just wasn't a thing. These people are horribly dumb. ICE needs to go. Yes, there should be some sort of regulation where people need to be like trying to go through the rights to become a citizen, which that should be the regulation, is we try to help them, push them towards becoming a citizen. And that's it. We help them do it. There's your regulation. It's absurd. It is absurd. I don't like these people. Nothing this administration has done so far has helped the U.S. in any way. Hasn't made anything better. It's led through fear, through terror. They are a terrorist group, a terrorist administration. They're now wreaking terror upon Venezuela. More terrorist activity. And yeah, we're making it harder for people to come to the country unless you have money, because you can buy Trump's gold card in order to come over here. And also, if you're doing it the right way and you're actually going to all your meetings and like appointments and stuff, ICE agents are waiting for you so they can arrest you while you're trying to do things the right way. Because there's no criminals they're arresting. They're just arresting innocent people who are trying to do things properly. They're scumbags. Absolute scumbags. They are less than people, and they should be treated that way. The people who talk shit to them and tell them what they really are, patriots. ICE are just scumbags. They are Nazis in disguise. And by disguise, I mean, we covered our face. Now you don't know who we are. Fucking assholes. Yep. Yeah, that was really all I had for today. just want to talk about the fact that Trump's bankrupting the country. He stole stuff from another country because he's a thief. Making that deal with JP Morgan. JP Morgan, who was basically completely underwater. They wouldn't be around much longer. The only reason they've stayed around so long is government bailouts. And now they're in charge of this $8 billion silver smelter, which is insane. Absolutely insane. We paid a dying company to stay alive. Again. And that's taxpayer money that's going towards that. We are paying for this bullshit for no reason. We're paying for Trump's theft. Yep, and I'll be doing this Monday through Friday. I just didn't do it yesterday because I had a busy night on Sunday. But yeah, I'll be here every morning, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 7:30-ish or 7-ish Eastern until I got to go to work. But yeah. Thank you for joining, and until tomorrow, you take care.